Guys, girls, welcome in. It is episode 3 of the Shoot Diaries, and I thought I'd give you an update whilst I make myself a hot drink. So, as I said, episode 3, week 3, what has been going on over this past week? Scale-wise, it has been a little diva. I'll be honest, it is a little bit frustrating because towards the end of last week, it jumped up. It jumped back up to 84 kilos, which was really annoying. And then it got stuck, and I'm currently, for the last 2 days, I've been at 83.9, but this morning I did see a drop back down to 83.5. So I've not really seen the change from a scale weight perspective that I would like to have seen, which is annoying. However, and this is why it's really important that you do look at other metrics rather than just rely on scale weight, because so many things can affect scale weight. There's too many variables at play and it can be quite unreliable. So, visually, I'm getting leaner. I also feel leaner, and also my wife commented that I'm looking leaner. So when your wife starts commenting on that, you know it's happening. Just basic, instant coffee. Can't really go wrong, to be honest. But, and of course a sweetener. So scale weight is not moving as I would like it to. Visually though, looking better, which is great. So I did do a physique update this morning. Early this morning, it was so freaking cold out there. So cold. It was horrible and it's so windy. And I'm meant to be going for a run. I say I'm meant to. I will be going for a run today. And I'll be honest, I'm just dreading it. I'm absolutely dreading it because it's raining on and off. It's really windy and it's really chilly. So not looking forward to that at all. But visually looking leaner, feeling leaner, clothes fitting that little bit better as well. So I know changes are happening, even if the scale weight doesn't want to play ball right now. Training performance has also been good, still progressing nicely, still getting stronger in my movements, which is fantastic. So yeah, got the physique update coming up. I've also done some bits around check-in and talking through that and how I approach it and the reasons for it. So that'll be included. But otherwise, I'm going to go and enjoy this coffee and crack on with the rest of my day. We have an instant hot tap. It's an absolute game changer. So if you can get one, it is, yeah, like I said, it's a game changer. Look at that. Don't need to wait for the kettle to boil. I just fill it up and we're good to go. Definitely no barista in the making there. Catch you. Right, so I'm just about to start my check-ins for the day, and I thought before I start, I'm just going to talk you through what exactly is a check-in, because so many people don't realize what is a check-in, what's it for, what's involved, and the benefit of it. Some people genuinely believe a check-in is you have a message or a couple back and forths with your coach, and it's like, how's your week been? Good, cool, do it again. Or my week's not been great. Okay, do better. And it's not like that. I mean, there are coaches who do that, and I have my own opinions on that, but we won't go into it. I want to talk you through how I do check-ins with my clients, because These check-ins are a fundamental part of the process. This is why I get the results that I do on a consistent basis. It allows us to analyze the data, review what we've collected throughout the week, understand how your body is responding to the plans and the targets that we've got in place, but also just understand, what's working for you, what's not working for you, and how you are doing day to day in your general life. So what we start with is, or what I get my clients to do first and foremost, is they'll send me a check-in video. So they'll literally record themselves talking me through their week, and they can chat about anything that they want, anything that they feel is relevant. Of course, we have a bit of structure in terms of, I want to understand how well they've stuck to their targets, how are they feeling genuinely, how has their training performance been. I want to know that, but also they're free to tell me what they feel is relevant. Things going on at work, things going on at home. What have they been getting up to? What are they doing for the week ahead? And that then gives me an insight into how that person is feeling, because I get to see their body language, I get to hear their tone of voice. I can really pick up on things that I can't through just a check-in form, which, check-in forms, they can be all right. I used to do check-in forms, but they're very rigid. And a lot of it is yes or no answers. And, it allows a client to hide behind, a screen essentially, and not give the full picture. Whereas a video, it gives me as the coach more insight into what is happening and how they are feeling. So we start with a check-in video. They'll send that to me, I'll watch it, I'll make some notes, I'll go through their coaching log, we'll take a look at, how their scale weight has been, is it trending in the way that we want it to be trending? How's their adherence been with nutrition? What their steps have been like, what their training performance has been like. We'll also look at their measurements, is that trending in the direction that we want it to be in? What about their pictures as well? We'll look at the visuals, how are we looking? Do we look leaner, especially if we're going through a fat loss phase? Do they look leaner? Can we see more definition coming through, more striations? So we will take a full look at everything. And then once I've gone through that and I've collected my notes and understanding of what has gone well for the client, where the client has maybe struggled, or and how we want to approach this coming week, I will then record myself doing a Loom video, going through everything, talking to the client about this past week and the targets going forward, and whether any changes are going to be required, and what those changes are, and why those changes are going to be happening, what we expect to happen off the back of those changes. But this check-in is a fundamental part of the process. It's not the only touch point I have with a client either. I will have multiple touch points throughout the week, but this check-in is the big touch point. This is where we really review everything. So that is the check-ins. That's how I approach them. So now you're going to see me put that into practice. Let's go for my run. It is absolutely chapping out, but the sun is starting to come out a little bit. We've got some blue sky coming through. So let's just get it over and done with.
So started filming to get some footage and dropped my phone. I didn't stack, but I dropped my phone like an absolute numpty. And I've only realized watching this back that there was a woman on the other side who saw me definitely drop my phone. So that's embarrassing. This is just horrible. I don't know why I did this. Well, I did. I did it because deep down I do actually enjoy running quite a bit. But honestly, where I live, it is just hills everywhere. I don't think I've got any more hills on the way home now, so I can enjoy this last little bit. But it's been absolutely brutal.
see you when I'm home. Right. Horrible. Started hailing after I did that last clip, which was interesting. But running is not my strong suit. I'm not good at it. Oh, and honestly, the worst thing about running when the weather is like this is my nose just starts getting a bit blocked up and running, and then all run, I'm just going. So yeah, so it's time to go in. I've got a call with my coach in about 15 minutes, so talk game plan, both physique wise with the shoot, but also business wise as well. So looking forward to that, and very much looking forward to some food. So just had my call with my coach, or I say just have, it finished about, what's the time? Half an hour ago. So just making myself some food now. There are changes to the plan, and it's going to be with output. So steps are going to increase up to 11k, and cardio is up to 12,000 calories a week from 1,000. So a little bit more activity for me to do day to day, week to week. That's cool. Food is currently remaining the same, so we'll see how things go, and hopefully this gets weight moving the way we want it to move. So until episode 4, see you then.